Hey there! Welcome to Montana Language Services YouTube channel. This playlist is your go-to for mastering translation and interpretation requests, perfect for streamlining language barriers in the workplace, which is our mission at MTLS. Don't forget, you can always easily book an interpreter or translate a document on our homepage or contact our office directly. Details are in the description. Let's dive in. Before we dive in, let's review the IDRS method. Step 1. Identify the other person's language. Step 2. Decide on the type of language tool you need. Step 3. Request the appropriate interpreter using our software. And Step 4. Communicate successfully by using the best practices for working with interpreters. When you use the IDRS method, you'll be equipped with all the knowledge and tools needed to integrate language access efficiently into your workflows. No more avoiding conversations with other language speakers or fumbling through language roadblocks. To book an interpreter in advance, you can always go to our website. Our homepage is mtlanguageservices.com, and there's a button right on the front page that says Book an Interpreter. If you click Book an Interpreter, it will bring up a form, a free quote page, where you can tell us everything about what you need. The source language, the target language, what kind of situation this is. Maybe it's a parent-teacher conference. Maybe you're on the job site and you need to train some new employees. Maybe you're an attorney and have a consultation with a client or a provider that has an LEP patient coming in. The interpretation type is consecutive, simultaneous conference, and perhaps maybe you need some help deciding. Consecutive means that you're taking turns speaking. Simultaneous means the interpreter will be speaking at the same time as the speaker to usually a larger group of people. You can then enter in the date and time of your appointment request. Make sure to accurately estimate the time of the appointment, and then tell us where you'd like your interpreter to appear. We have a limited on-site crew, so if on-site is not available, we will usually request you roll over to phone or video. If you do request phone or video, please make sure that you include those phone or video instructions in the notes section of your request, a video link or phone numbers. That will really help project managers connect your interpreter to where you want them to go. Please also tell us everything that you can about the situation that the interpreter is going to walk into, so that they can prepare themselves with any vocabulary, or we can decide which interpreter is best for your situation. And then, of course, fill in your contact information so that we can reach out if we have any questions or need any more details. So for those of you who want to dive a little bit deeper into the interpreter portal and access more data and view your calendar for across the organization, you'll want to go to our website and click the login button on the top right corner. Now you should have already set up your account, and you'll have an account password in order to log into the system. And once you log in, you'll be taken directly to your dashboard. And from here, you have a variety of choices for what you'd like to work on. Inside your portal, in order to create a new appointment, you'll click the Appointments tab on the top left corner of your screen, and it'll take you to your calendar viewer, and there is a big gray button that says Create New Appointment. This Create New Appointment form is what you'll need to fill out in order to request an interpreter, and you'll want to fill it out to the best of your ability. Let's go through each of the options so you're familiar with what the questions really mean. All right, so you have a few options for your appointment type, if it's a new appointment or a follow-up visit with the limited English proficient individual. The requester is your name. So if you are the person in the organization requesting the appointment, you'll find your name in the drop-down list. The bigger the organization, the more people you'll see in this drop-down list. Now, the subject line can be just a general overview of what your appointment is. Perhaps you have a employee training that you'd like to find an interpreter for. And then in the description, you'll want to be as detailed as possible. So you'll say maybe it's a roofing team with a safety training, and you'll want to give as much detail as possible about this appointment. How many employees there are, whether or not this is a certification training, etc., and so on. The service delivery is going to be which specialty of language you're going to be dealing with. You can click community for any kind of employee training. You can click court if it's in front of a judge, if it's a hearing. These are the options that we have so far for language specialization for our interpreters. Now, communication type is the next required answer for your request form. And the difference between these two options is that on-site consecutive is for when you want your interpreter to appear on site, and third-party platform is for everything else, whether that's phone or Zoom or WebEx or Google Hangouts or telehealth or any other remote way for your interpreters to show up to your conversation. So if you do choose third-party platform, then you must put in the details about where you would like your interpreter to appear in the description. So that's a phone number, Zoom link, etc., and so on. If you choose on-site consecutive, you will be required to type in a location into this field. If you work with us and you have your office's addresses saved in your account, then they will appear in the drop-down menu. The language is obviously required, so English is given to you automatically, and you'll want to choose the language that you need an interpreter for. So you can either scroll through this giant drop-down list, or you can type it in to the form and it will auto-populate. Always try to choose the biggest language group if you are unsure of which dialect they speak, but of course refer to our Identify video for help if you get stuck identifying the speaker's native language. Of course, the date and time is very important that you want your interpreter to appear at. You'll enter in the start time, not 1 a.m., 1 p.m., and the end time and the duration. Please be very mindful that normal appointments take a certain amount of time, so for an interpreted appointment, you'll want to book a little extra time since everything should be said twice. The consumer information is for the other language speaker. This is helpful for your data tracking on the back end. It's optional, but if you put in this information, it's usually really good data for you to track and for our appointment schedulers and our interpreters. All right. Once you're finished filling out the form, you can click Save, and your appointment information will be created, and you, on the back end on our side, we will get a notification that a new appointment has been created, and we will go ahead and assign your interpreter. All right, let's take a look at the appointment viewer. Now that you've created your appointment, you'll see that the date and time is available to you. The details about that you've entered into the appointment request form will be available to you. All of these details about your appointment, including the location, will be available to you on the appointment viewer. Once you start working with our team, then you'll have the option to add in your preferred interpreters, and a list of the interpreters you've worked with already will pop up so that you can choose your preferred interpreters if you'd like. That doesn't guarantee that you'll get your preferred interpreter, but it really helps us know who's doing well with your organization, who's a good fit for your organization, and we will always prioritize them if possible. Now, on the top of the appointment viewer, you'll see an activities tab, and that will have a history of what has happened on this appointment. So you'll see I just created this appointment. Let's say another staff member went in and canceled the appointment. You will have that history here so that you can see exactly what has happened at every step of the way with this appointment. On the billing tab, you'll have access to the rate for this appointment so that if something doesn't match up with what you were expecting, you can reach out to our office and we can discuss this account charges. Also available to you is a documents tab where you can click new upload, and especially for court cases, this is very helpful to upload case files or medical files so that the interpreter can prepare ahead of time for their interpretation appointment. So you also have the option to change any of the details once your appointment has been made by clicking this edit button in the top right corner. The appointment form that you just filled out will reappear, and you'll be able to change whatever details it is that you either forgot or perhaps the date has changed. Whatever it is that you need to change, go ahead and do so. Either, let's say it's going to be an hour earlier, maybe it's not Spanish, maybe it's French, maybe you want to add more details in the description, etc. and so on. Whatever you change, always make sure to click the update button at the end so that your changes are saved and the appointment viewer should reflect those changes. Now, of course, things often come up where you'll need to cancel your appointment, and to do so, there are 3 little dots on the top right corner of your appointment viewer, and a drop-down button will give you the option to either copy and clone this appointment or cancel the appointment. Now, we have a cancellation policy available on our website, mtlanguageservices.com/terms and conditions, that you can view. For regular appointments, it's 48 hours. And so within 48 hours, this cancellation confirmation will not be available to you. But before 48 hours is up, you'll be able to cancel your appointment by just clicking yes and selecting a reason, which will really help whoever goes in after you and sees this appointment was canceled understand why it was canceled. So perhaps the LEP didn't show up, or perhaps it just is not necessary now. Whatever reason you find in the drop down, or you can type the reason in the box, then click submit, and that will effectively cancel your appointment. Before you go, check out our upcoming webinars. Empowering bilingual staff as essential resources, ideal for those hiring multilingual team members or seeking to support existing bilingual staff. Or can't I just use Google Translate? Yes, but also no. We'll explore the pros and cons of machine translation versus the human touch. Join us to find the perfect balance. Sign up for these free webinars in the description below and don't miss out. And there you have it, folks. Using translation and interpretation services with Montana Language Services is a simple yet powerful way to make your workforce multilingual. I hope you found these tips helpful. If you have any questions or want to see more tutorials like this, check out the rest of our staff training playlist. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn for more handy tips and tricks. See you next time.